This is Angelica,
Hi.
and I'm going to do a session. I'm going to do emotional release therapy using the Amanae technique with her today. And if you have any questions, just tell me if you have any questions.
Okay, well, I did have a question about if this therapy is supposed to actually hurt. And because what happens when I've done it in the past is that there's pain in my body. And when you press into certain points, there's a reaction. And I was wondering if that is resistance or what is that and why do I experience that pain?
What is the pain?
Yes.
Okay, the pain is your body, your house that you live in. We're going to open up doorways, okay? If you've been holding on to stuff since you were little for a long time and you had to hold on to emotions for really tightly because they really weren't okay in your family, and the doorway is closed this tight, you've had to close really and hold on tight. When you go into the doorway and you're holding that tight, any door, it's going to hurt to open it. When it's open, then you can come in and let go of what's ever in there. You're not supposed to have any pain in your body. Pain is that you held and held and held. And why do you want to let go of those feelings? Because that's not who you are. You are not your fear. You are not your anger. You are not your pain. You are not your sadness. You are something else underneath. And all of that other stuff just gets in the way and starts running the show. And that's the whole goal of this work. It's not to make somebody cry. It's not to make somebody hurt. It's to let the energy from the holding patterns move so you can come into what's real, who you really are, the spirit. Okay, Angelica's going to do a session. We'll show you a session. I'm Pat, and this is Angelica.
Hi.
Okay, Angelica's going to have a session so we can show you what it's like. The first place that I'm going to open is her heart point, because actually all emotions come out through the heart, and this is the back doorway of the heart. There's many points on this body to open, but what we're going to open up first, and I'm coming right into this, that this is what it feels like to hold the sadness. Yeah. Let her be here. She's allowed to be here, and she's welcome here. And what I'm doing is just holding this doorway for her to come to and to stay with so she can really finish this. Yes, letting this sad part of her be here all the way. And it's just stuff that she couldn't finish. That's all. And it's time to finish it. It gets in the way of who we really are. Staying with her and looking at her with all of her sadness and feeling like this to have to hold it, yes, and hold it, that's it, keep coming to her and hold it in your life. And why did somebody hold this? She's probably been holding this since she was a little girl. Why did she hold it? Because somewhere along the line she got a message that sadness to express like this was not okay. So what is she doing right now? She's reparenting herself. Yes, she's reparenting herself. Yes. That's it. That's it. All the way to her. Letting her be here all the way. That's her. Here she is. Yes. Yes. Here she is. There she is. Yeah. Angelica's really staying in her body, and the body knows what to do with all this. Our minds don't. Our minds don't. Our minds want to say, oh, I can't do this, it's too much, it's too much. But the body knows. So she was able to bring her mind into her body. Yes. I'm going to come down here because she's got some stuff right here. Right here. And it feels like this to hold it. Let her be here all the way, Angelica, all the way. Because this is what it feels like to carry it. This. Yeah. I'm going to open up this because Angelica told me earlier that she had a lot of pain around this. So the more that she can bring her mind, which is the computer that holds it together, and her breath into this, it opens on its own and stuff can move.
What is that area?
This is called the power line. This can hold helplessness, sexuality issues, mother issues. Think of everything that's down here. Yeah. Yes. Mothering, mother, sexuality, powerlessness, helplessness, hopelessness, all this whole area here. Yeah, I'm going to give her a tissue here. Yeah. Keep coming into it. And these are just parts that didn't express, that couldn't express. So I'm going to open these up. Big breath. Right here. See if you can lift my thumbs right here. That's it. Through your mouth. That's it. To this. Into this. That's it. Right into this. It actually doesn't feel so bad in here. That's it. Keep coming in. That's it. That's it. By the way, there's no faster work than this. I don't know that there's any work that gets you in so fast. And she's really good at getting in. So this is what it feels like, Angelica, to hold in this area. That's it. Come right in here. That's it. All this. All this. All this. Yeah, and all this. That's it. That's it, all the way to it. You can kind of feel things like when the door doesn't want to open, or when it does open, you can feel things in it. Yeah, right in here. She didn't get to finish. That's what she's doing. She's just finishing. This had to get held in her body. Yeah. And it gets held, and you can feel this when it gets held. I'm going to open these doors all the way up. There's somewhat of a little wall here where she probably needs some protection. I can feel like where it won't let my thumbs in. Here she is. That's it. Yes, and we're just opening all these rooms up. All these rooms up. That's it. Keep coming in. She's doing so great. Yes. This little protective barrier here, really feeling it, Angelica. Yes, this protective barrier right here. That's it. Some people might think, I remember I did my first workshop and people were crying and screaming, yelling, and I thought, this is a loony bin crazy. What is a loony bin is how fake and phony we were out there. This is what's real. This is what we're faking. This is what's underneath, and we're all acting like we're okay. And we need to let this stuff go if we're going to wake up on this planet. Yeah, that's it. Fear is just fear. Every story of your life already happened so far. What didn't get finished about all the things that happened to us, why she might have had to hold this fear, is over. All that's left is the fear in her body or the anger in her body. That just needs to be expressed. Part of you might be able to see her down in here, the part that's scared. Can you see her?
Yes.
How old is she?
She's like 4 or 5.
Who was there for you when you were scared?
Nobody.
Yeah. So how could you possibly know how to comfort yourself? So what does a child need to do? They stuff their fear because there isn't anybody there. And if you look at her, so I'm going to slow it down just a bit. When you look at her and you look in her eyes, yes, and you stay with her and you face her and you ask her, because she can give you the answer. What does she need? What does she need?
Love and protection and to feel safe.
Yeah, she needs love and protection and she needs to feel safe. She didn't get that. With my hand open here right now, take a breath and just feel the hand. Feeling what it feels like. Hot, cold, clammy, what does the hand feel like?
Warm and soft and gentle and kind and soft.
Just really stay with that hand. Anything it feels.
Loving.
Yeah.
It feels nice.
That's you. That's you. That's because I'm just bringing you to you. The part of you that is warm and kind and loving. And she is there for this other part that's scared. Okay? She's there for her. See, we're actually bringing all these parts together. And let her feel it. It's okay. She doesn't have to take it. But you know, it's going to come back to her heart. And just check this out right now. Big breath. And checking the doorway. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Whatever's left here right now that wants to go, Angelica, why not? We might as well do it now, even though we're doing a video. Let it go. Right? Let it go. Got nothing to lose, right? Let it go. Yes, why hold on to this any longer? Yeah, because to have to carry it feels like this. Can you even see it?
Yeah.
Describe it.
It's opening.
Okay.
It's like not open all the way, but it's like cracking open.
Yes.
Starting to open.
Yes. The doorway to your heart.
And there's light coming in.
Yes. Yes. The doorway got closed and we left our hearts, and down that hallway till we get to our hearts are the emotions that we had to stuff. And her doorway is open right now, and she can see, you said light? Light coming in.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so any other questions about or anything you want to say about your session?
I just really love this work. This is amazing. I mean, I remember just from the first session, I carry a lot of anger up here, like you said, up in the scapular region. And after the first, I had a private session with you, and after that session, all that went away and it never came back. So pain that I carried up here in my shoulders for years just went away in one session.
It can.
It can, right? But this
Absolutely.
lower stuff in my back is taking a little bit because those doorways won't open. But I was just so surprised about that. And I'm just going to continue doing the work because every single time I feel better and better. And
and it doesn't happen overnight, I'm telling you. It's just
No.
like any meditation practice, anything, it doesn't happen overnight. It's It's a pathway, and you want to follow this path, and this is one path. There's lots of modalities, lots of things to follow.
Right.
This one's fast, it's intense, it's not for everybody, and what we saw with you on the table, you shifted a certain way. Some people don't even have to have a tear. Some people don't cry. Some people, it's like everybody is different. Everybody's little children inside had to express something differently. There must be 250 doorways in the body.
Wow.
And I only worked up your back and I did your neck a little bit.
Yeah.
But all the doorways, in the most amount of people worked, will hold certain things. Like in the scapula, it's usually an anger area. Where I worked back here, it was helpless, powerlessness, this mother issues, sexuality. Down in the butt area, colon, the legs, standing in the world. And then the throat, what did we have to swallow down? The face, the mask that we wear. How many people have TMJ? How much did they have to hold down? How many people have sore throats? What did they have to swallow down? We all held these emotions in for one reason. On some level, we got a message from our parents that it wasn't okay to have these emotions. And it might be as simple, and I think I've said that in my other video, when you're 3 years old, you're having a tantrum, and your mother says, go to your room until you have a smile on your face. What does a 3-year-old do? All the 3-year-old wants is to be loved. So the 3-year-old goes into their room, comes out and says, Mommy, I'm all done.
And then you
what
hold
they do
that
with the
thing,
anger.
that becomes a pattern in the body.
A pattern in the body, yeah.
Wow.
Okay? Or something horrible, and that's a tiny little example. Something horrible happens in your life. You know what I mean? And a parent dies. And this is very often. A parent dies when you're young, okay? You're 10 years old, your parent dies, and the father says, we're over this. There's no grieving. So who taught you how, or the father goes on and marries somebody else quickly,
Yeah.
and you're a little 10-year-old child, like you just lost your mommy, but in 2 months you just married somebody else, and that's the way he's dealing with it,
Yeah.
And so how do you grieve? How did you learn how to grieve?
So you held that in your body.
So you hold the grief in your body because you're trying to be good and nobody's showing you how to do it, and Daddy moved on and said it's over, so Daddy says it's over, he's the only one left, it's over, until you start in a lot of, especially for grief, lung issues, a lot of lung issues, allergies, lung issues will be grief, it's sort of asthma, it'll be like that, 'cause your body's, stuff like that will start to show up in your body as the years goes on because you're holding that grief in for so long. Might not be till you're 40 or 50 or 20 or 30, I don't know when.
Then it becomes something more dangerous like cancer, heart disease.
I always say
possibly.
cancer is the last call. Cancer is the loudest call that says, come down here, feel this stuff and let it go.
Right.
Any of this pain that we have in our body is a great doorway to say, you need to come in here and let it go.
Method to use, like say I'm just like feeling so much fear and I feel like it's going to overtake me and it's not even like anything's really happening. Again, it's from the past. It's something that I experienced when I was a little girl and it feels like it's happening now.
It is.
What do I do?
It is happening now. Because the fear is in your body now.
Okay, it is happening now.
And you
but
didn't
it doesn't
learn...
apply to what's actually going on. The circumstances are not matching up with the fear.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's no story to the fear anymore. Okay?
Yeah.
There's just the fear that's in your body that was you didn't learn how to comfort. So another thing happens in your life and you get older and you get older and you get older and you still have fear, but you never really learned how to comfort yourself. No, to stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. And asking myself, what do I need? And I am still learning because I didn't come from a mother that comforted us. I banged my head when I was little. I never learned. We as children in my family, we didn't get comforted, so we don't know how to comfort ourselves. And it really doesn't work if somebody else comforts me. It's sort of like, that's nice, but I need to learn.
I think we all need
How to
that,
comfort
even
myself.
if we were comforted a little bit. Sometimes I think we always try to, when we're going through something, if somebody's doing something to us, either blame them and make them work it out for us, and it just never works. Like, we really have to face ourselves and allow these emotions to move through us, and then when we don't do that, we oftentimes are projecting our stuff onto the other person, thinking it's them, and it's really not.
And let me tell you this, one last little thing with this. You want to know why relationships don't work?
Why?
Because all these little inner kids, we take these little, what age was one of yours? Okay, you're
5.
5-year-old scared girl.
Yeah.
You get in a relationship, you meet a guy, okay? I'm just making this up, okay?
Yeah.
and you say, here's my little 5-year-old scared girl. Will you take care of her? And he has a 2-year-old angry boy, and he says, here, will you take care of him? It can't possibly work. That's why there's so much divorce. It's like a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old just got together. And we have to come into these big selves of healing. We have to heal these parts of ourselves.
We have to heal ourselves. We cannot have the other person heal us.
They are our triggers. They are the great gift that will push every button into your stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's what they are, and
Right.
we can thank them that they can push these buttons so we can heal ourselves. Nobody's going to heal us but us.
Right.
By meeting these parts of ourselves, by asking them what they need. What does that scared little girl in you need? How can you give that to her? It's work. It's the work.
And when you say need, it's not something outside of me,
No.
or physically, materially. It is, what does she need emotionally?
Inside.
Wow. Okay. And
all
then,
in you.
so when that's coming up, that fear, and it feels like it's going to overtake,
Yeah.
take some time to yourself. Feel it. What
Yes.
does she need?
Yes.
What do I need? And give that to myself.
It's a practice. It's not going to happen overnight.
So this is good for people who can't maybe have Amanae right today, but they can
Yeah.
practice this particular method.
Absolutely. Stay with your feelings. So the message to anybody is stop distracting from your feelings. Stop pushing them away. We personally have to heal this. And doing this work, nobody can usually get on the table and start going in and finding that we need somebody to witness. Most of us haven't been witnessed in our process in life. And when I'm working with you and you're on the table and you're going in that quickly, you have a witness. You have a witness here. You're being witnessed in your process, and somebody guiding you and encouraging you to come in.
Yeah.
It's like just to do it alone, we don't do it overall. You can, but we don't do it overall. We need a witness, and we need somebody to hold a space for
Hold the
us.
space. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we're doing. That's what this work is.
Yeah, it's so powerful when somebody stands there with you and
Yeah,
goes through that
witnesses.
with you.
Yes, and they're really there with you. And you can tell, and I'll call them the inner children. All of the inner children that are fearful, that are angry or whatever, all that stuff that we couldn't express got clogged in the hallway of our heart. And that's when we can come home. But all that stuff's removed and we come home to what we're all looking for. What are we looking for on this planet? We're looking for love.
Love.
We're
That's
just
what it
looking
is,
for
love.
Love,
Yeah.
love, love. All there is love.
Yay.
The rest of it just needs to leave.
Oh,
It just got held in.
And that's that light,
Yes.
that we can shine in ourselves all the time.
Yes, love and light.
Yeah.
And that's what we are. We're love and light. And
I
that's
love
what we
it.
need to come home to. 28th, 29th, 30th. I have a flyer on my website, patjackman1.com.
I'll be there.
She'll be there, and I'm so happy that you're going to be there.
Yay.
And if you have any questions about this work, please feel free to call me. It's on my website, and
Do you want to say your website one more time so everyone can hear?
patjackman1.com.
You want to spell that?
PATJACKMAN 1.com.
Right.
And I have the videos, a couple other videos.
So you have a school where you teach this technique to people.
Yeah, so this workshop, this first workshop that's coming up at the end of March is the first level of, it's a workshop plus it's for people just to try the work out to see if they want to be in the school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a workshop, and some of the people that are already in the workshop are in the school, have already committed to the school.
Mm-hmm.
So why am I doing this? I want this work to go on. I'm
Yes.
61. I want to pass this work on. I think it's profound work, and I want it to go on. The planet is falling apart. This is the way we need to heal these planets.
It has to happen now. We don't have any time
We
left.
don't have much time left.
No.
Let's get it done. Okay? Thank you.
Okay,
You're so
thank you,
great.
Pat. Thank you.